listening to the Energy is Love podcast.
Energy is love.
The Energy is the Love podcast.
The Energy is Love podcast.
Energy is love.
The Energy is Love podcast.
The podcast for the universe.
The Energy is Love podcast.
Well, now we have to start because that was perfect.
Okay. Thank you for your. Do I get to pick a card?
No,
Start it that way? No.
Definitely not picking
Okay.
a card this day.
Should-
Oh, snap.
Is
One
this
just
my
magically
card?
appeared in
Let's
front of
see what
you.
it is. I
Let's
think
see.
it is my card.
I'm going to look and scan,
Mm-hmm.
figure out which one it was.
Okay.
I'm going to have you put it back face down. You got it memorized?
Yes.
Did you show the audience?
No.
Show the crowd? Show the camera?
I'm gonna bump all the things. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put it right
I did
back
the
in
eyebrows.
there.
Did
What's
you see?
that?
Eyebrow too. My eyebrows also. This is probably going to drive me crazy.
Did you get it all squared away?
No. Is that okay? Can you still hear me?
That's
okay.
perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
I needed armor. What am I doing?
Okay, so you put your card back in the middle.
I did.
We're going to cut the
I looked
cards.
away, but they are still filming, so
yes,
they saw
they still saw. And I need you to tap 3 times.
on the ceiling.
No, on the top.
Did you
1,
get it? It was a song.
2, 3. Pull that top card. It's totally your card. Is it not? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Seriously? No, it is. Show them that's your card.
It's not the card.
The fucking card. Done with. This isn't a magic podcast.
I thought my left nipple was good luck. Apparently, it's not. I shouldn't have.
That was a terrible trick too, because I
sorry.
totally like. Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
it's not a magic podcast, folks. If you want a magic podcast, go somewhere else. It's not what we do here. I decided because we have 2 more episodes this year. This is the second to last episode this year.
Okay.
And these last 2 episodes are brought to you by us.
By us.
Yeah, we're the sponsors of these last 2 episodes. Us.
I like it.
Yeah, you and me. We worked hard this year.
We did.
And I think we recorded every week this year. Did we miss any? Do you remember?
I feel like. Oh, I think there might have been one.
Was there just one?
I think there might have been one.
Either way, we fucking
Either
worked hard.
no or there was one.
Yeah.
But there wasn't more than one.
Yeah. So
And you might have even have still pulled it off because there were times it was like a Saturday recording, and then you just
hurried up and edited it all weekend.
So I don't know. There might not have been any.
Regardless, this episode is brought to you by us, your hosts, Craig and Steph. And if you want to support the Energy is Love podcast, you can go to our website. And at the top, there's a tab called Support, titled Support. It's very convenient and easy. You can click there and you can donate some money and help us in the coming year of 2021. We just got a brand new table, as you can see if you're watching. If you're not watching, you can hear it's a brand new table. And we're going to be investing in some
Brand
more
new
equipment.
beer.
Brand new beer. I want to get some chairs.
Do you?
Yeah. I want to
What
get us some
kind?
like comfy office style
Should
kind
we
of.
just do bouncy
comfy-
balls?
Definitely not bouncy
I
balls.
bounced the whole time, remember? I like ding, 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 ding. I can't. So.
But if you want to support the podcast, whether it is for us to buy equipment and or invest directly into some more advertising things or whatnot, go to Energy's Love Podcast and click support and send us some money. It's really easy. You can do it via PayPal. So yeah, the last 2 episodes are brought to you by us,
Thank
your hosts. Did you thank them?
I did.
Thank you, Barb.
I had a realization, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Realizing that, like in my brain, it still was kind of in that first year when you decided you wanted to do an episode a week. Excuse me. When like that was the goal, that this is as much as you were going to put them out.
Okay.
Okay, just
Interesting.
follow along. We were still there. And so when you're like, there's only 2 episodes left, and that we did it, and the difference, I'm like, oh, wait, that's already like past. Because we had this one, and this was the new stretch. But the year's gone. It's because it's been a crazy year.
What is the realization?
That this is the 2nd year in a row that you've been putting them out like every week.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a lot.
This is basically the 2nd year of you being full-time co-host of the podcast as well.
Yeah.
Did you realize that?
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Does it seem like it's been that long, or did it seem like we're still kind of...
I thought it was longer.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. I feel like I've...
You've been around since, like, what did we decide? Like episode 120, so over 100 episodes or something?
I don't know.
Either way, you've been around since the
I'm starting to feel very
beginning.
self-conscious now. I'm like,
Why?
stop.
You're the co-host of this wonderful podcast.
You think I would? Okay, thank you.
You think what?
I don't know. I wasn't self-conscious until that.
Okay.
And now suddenly I went,
I think you're only going to get more self-conscious.
It's back
as we
to
go
the
along.
beginning of like when we started recording, remember, with the camera?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't figure out how to sit. Like,
Hello.
I was like,
Wait,
Mr.
are we on?
Roboto.
I'm normal and natural. This is how I look when we record. That is my laugh.
It was so hard.
No, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to invest in more gear,
Yeah.
more
I like the
equipment.
table.
I do too.
Why am I yawning? I'm sorry.
I do too. Well, folks, the podcast is over. It's
I'm
time
tired,
for bed.
apparently.
I do like the table. I think it looks good.
I like the table a lot.
Doesn't it feel good?
It does. It feels way better. And I don't feel like every time I oops and move that it's like,
Yeah, it's previously on previous episodes, previously on the Energy is Love podcast, we had been using a folding table, which is
what
great.
You have to do.
It's
We
very
improvise.
versatile and it works great. And but now we've got a sturdy, strong, wooden, permanent table. I like it.
I like it too. And I like the method of which you chose to get this. So I feel like it was very green and I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's a Goodwill find.
Yes.
If you're here in Utah, then you know what the DI is, but anywhere else doesn't know what the hell the DI is. But yeah, it was a good deal. $20 for this table, and it's in great shape.
No, we are reducing, reusing, and recycling. We didn't buy more and put more carbon out there buying new.
Yeah.
So that actually makes me really, really happy. And it's not plastic. Even better.
It's wood with probably, I don't know, if that's tile or what that is.
It's Goodwill.
It looks good.
Goodwill hunting. No. Can I say that?
You can.
I don't know what's going to happen. You made me so nervous when I was trying to do that Ice Cube song. So now anytime I say
You can
anything,
sing
I get
and
nervous.
say anything that you want.
I was trying to sing it.
What we can't do
Oh,
is...
was I going to play it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can't get people's audio or play some YouTube clip or... do you know what
Jesus
I mean?
Christ.
Things that are copyrighted and that things that other people have
You know what?
created and produced.
I'm a little upset that in this moment, I remember you've already explained this to me, and I believe it was on the podcast. So this is not new information.
But you can sing as much as you'd like.
I'm gonna not.
You can actually
Let's
take
see
up
if she
the entire
messages.
episode.
She did. Okay.
Would you like your beer now?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot to bring up your lemon, so you're going to get some lime.
That's
that
all
okay?
right. That's perfect. Let me finish this appointment for tomorrow.
You're good. You're good. Go ahead. I'll patiently wait for you. So I've been thinking about the last 2 episodes a lot and what we would talk about. I know last week we hinted at some things that we might get to.
Yes.
If you don't know what we're talking about, then you should go back and listen to last week's episode.
Right now, go. We'll wait.
When did we
Just
start?
look at him awkwardly.
When did we start? You keep doing what you're doing.
You need to acknowledge my humor.
I thought you were busy. Are you still?
Am I in your ear? Can you hear me when I talk?
Can you hear the words
that are
that are coming out of my mouth? No, what I was doing was I was going back and looking when we first did video. I don't remember if it was.
It was outside,
I knew that.
and I couldn't hold my neck right.
It was 7 months ago.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was halfway through the year.
Wow.
It was episode 191. And we're on episode 223 now.
Holy
So
shit!
a good 30 episodes ago, we started recording video and adding that in conjunction with everything else for the podcast. I already did it.
Oh, that was really nice. Thank
Yeah.
you. Huh. I missed it. That magic.
You're so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
You're so pretty. So what do you have in mind
What do I have in
for
mind?
this episode? The second to last episode of the
Second
year.
to last episode.
I
Well,
figured next episode we'll just do a recap
okay. You expect me to be able to recall information.
from 2020. Yeah. Starting January 1st.
I told you earlier how I halfway through changing the laundry from the washer to the dryer, I got squirreled and just walked away.
Mm.
And I didn't realize that I hadn't completed the job till I came back into the kitchen for something completely different and looked over at it and was like, what's happening here? And like, seriously? I have not been able to figure out why I walked away. And you think I'm going to be able to recall a recap?
This episode comes out on the 21st of December. Isn't that the...
Yes, that's the solstice.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Right?
I'm confused. You just said the next episode is going to be a recap, and that's what I was just talking about. And then you're like, well, this episode comes out on the... See, you can't recap either. You don't know what you're doing.
This is going to be a really fun episode. I can tell already.
God.
We're 13 minutes in, folks. And maybe we're only 10 minutes in. But I can feel the edible
Can
that
you?
I took.
Okay.
I can feel the weed coming on. Not super strong,
Okay.
but enough that things are starting to happen.
Okay.
What about you?
I just am confused.
Okay, so yours is coming on as well.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I don't think so. I'm just confused. I'm just really confused.
By the words that are coming out of my mouth.
I think you're confusing me on purpose.
Is today Friday?
Yes.
Fuck.
What's that mean? Or did you just go right to your editing?
Yeah, we just
Okay.
got a long weekend ahead of us, folks, in order to get you this episode released on Monday, which it will be, because that's when we release new episodes.
Have you ever tried to balance an egg?
And you think you're not high.
It's a... I don't, actually. Forget it. I'm not going to talk
No,
about that.
I'm excited, because that was total squirrel,
No, it wasn't. It was talking about the winter solstice.
which was 5 subjects ago. But yeah, tell us.
No.
Can you do it on the solstice, or what is
That's
the
what
deal?
the theory is that you're supposed to only be able to do it on the solstice, but you can balance a broom at any time, so.
What is that about?
Magic. Oh, I'm sorry. Only magic people can balance brooms anytime.
Magic people. Tell
Magic.
me more.
It's magic.
What about these magic people? Where are
They
they?
can- Right here.
Who are I had a declaration in my head.
Did you? Let's hear it.
I've been saving it for the podcast. It's something I haven't
good.
talked to you about.
Oh, good. Hands are really dry.
Our goal, I think, this year has perpetually been not just discussing more things in an open, honest way, and not just being more real about things, but really trying to, gosh, I don't know if confront is the right word or not, but just really trying
Meet.
to be as genuine as possible and speak as frankly as possible, right?
Okay, yes.
Would you say that's been kind of our goal?
Yes.
Did you get Asher his pizza?
Yes.
Okay, that's a squirrel moment right there. So, with
Gonna
that
make
being
fun of
said,
me?
not at all. I realized that there are a lot of things that there's a lot of things that I hold back on
Okay.
when we're talking about things. And there's things that I kind of tailor my thoughts and my opinions about.
Okay.
And
Are they things that you know I don't want to talk about, and that's probably a good decision?
no, that's a completely different thing,
It's like,
right?
Okay.
That's something that we had to learn pretty early on when you came on full time.
Yeah, we had to learn that.
HR, Susie, head of HR, had many meetings with me where she's like, listen, asshole, I don't know how many times we have to tell you, but I used to do this thing where I would surprise Stephanie with topics for the podcast instead of actually confirming with her that she wanted to fucking openly talk about it on a podcast with people. And
Bad you
so-
weren't recording then too, so you could see all my...
Yeah. You're so patient with me, but no, that's a completely different thing.
Okay.
I'm not looking to do that anymore. If there's stuff that I'm
Thank you, Susie.
curious about whether or not you're ready to talk about it.
You'll
or
send me a
wanna talk
text
about
during
it.
the podcast and be like, "Do you want to talk about this?"
Yeah, or phonetically spell out rope. So then you're like, I don't know. Do I want to talk about rope or not? But I realized that I hold back still.
Okay.
I hold back still.
Okay.
I'm still concerned about the way that people view me. I'm still concerned about saying things that are going to upset people.
Oh, my
You know,
goodness.
the people that listen to this podcast, I want them to like us. I want them to be fans of us. I want them to want to continue to listen to the podcast, all of these things. And so I tend to, there's some areas of stuff where I just kind of don't go full Craig.
What
And
if
I
that's
just kind of
what's
keep it.
keeping us from being? What if that's what's holding us back? Is that it's you holding yourself
It
back
could
from
be.
being full Craig?
It could be.
Full Craig's pretty amazing. I
Full
love
Craig.
him.
Yeah. Well, we had the realization at some point during this year that I have been doing that consistently with the podcast from the beginning, was making it small.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I stopped making it small, then we like went up another notch in regards to the reach and the people that were listening and more downloads and all that kind of stuff as well. And it's just a bigger, it's like a deeper sense of I'm holding back.
Okay.
I'm not sharing completely in regards to, sometimes I don't even think it's the way that I necessarily believe, but it's just like the words that come out of my mouth.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I want to not do that anymore. I want
Okay.
to try to not be as concerned about that stuff.
Okay.
So that was the realization that I had. It's not super profound now
It's
as I
profound.
share it.
It's very profound. It's very big.
I realize it's very, you're like, okay, well, I thought we were already doing that, but
No, I'm definitely holding back.
are you?
Mhm. Especially when I found out that I had, clients, many now, that are like, hey,
Listening.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's hard.
That scared me.
And
I
that's
was like,
another-
oh, they,
Go ahead.
that was just, it was terrifying. I'm like, oh, they're going to hate me now. They're not going to come to me as a client because I've been too open on the podcast and I'm not allowed to be a person. I have to
Yeah.
be. And then I'm like, no, that's silly.
And that's another reason I think as well of why I hold back, because I'm considerate and conscious of how the way that I am perceived and or received might affect you.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Well, that breaks my heart.
well, no, you don't have to feel bad. It's not a bad thing. It's not like obviously I'm not completely holding back in any way, shape, or form. We talk about plenty of things and I'm very vulnerable and open on the show and things like that. But I just realized I don't remember. I listened to Bill Burr. I listened to a lot of comedians on different podcasts,
Forgive
which is
my
funny
eyes.
because I'm not like a super huge fan of stand-up. Or
You don't like to
comics.
laugh?
I hate it.
Wait, you're not a fan of... Wait.
Stop it.
Oh,
That's going to make me
okay.
laugh. I'm not a fan of it. Do you know who Bill Burr is?
I've heard you say it.
He's just a comedian. But I was listening to him on a podcast.
He's
I
like
think
a
it was
Political comedian, right?
Not really.
No, I do not know who.
No. He's actually in The Mandalorian. So you know the last episode we watched where the prisoner they broke out and
Yes.
that's Bill Burr.
Really?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I liked his character.
Yeah, he's
he
a
did
good
a
guy.
good job.
And he's great on podcasts. He's got his own
I feel like-
podcast. This isn't an episode for Bill Burr. But this episode is brought to you by Bill Burr.
I am now. Thank you, Bill Burr.
You're what?
BB. I'm now intrigued
Yeah?
because he did a good job on that. I liked that character.
He was in a movie recently that I liked him in too. Oh shit!
It's good thing it's a sturdy table.
I don't remember the name of the movie. He played it was the Staten Island one with
Staten Island King,
with what's his name?
Freddie Mercury.
Yes. The weed is working, folks.
I might want to listen to his podcaster's comedy now.
Anyways, he was
yes.
on Tiger Belly.
Excuse me?
Tiger Belly is the one with Bobby Lee.
Okay.
I've told you recently
You
that
have.
that is one of my, I'm enjoying that podcast a lot.
Mad TV, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Bobby is very open and honest and blunt about a lot of different things on that show. anyways, Bill was on and they were talking about a bunch of different stuff. And Bobby was kind of commending him for how blunt he is in his comedy in regards to like, because there's a big thing about worrying about getting canceled if you're a celebrity, and getting canceled for your beliefs or for something that you've said or some action that you've done and all these kind of different things. And sometimes it's very justified, right? In the sense of like recently, Crystalia, earlier this year, we're just going down a bunch of different what Craig listened to podcasts.
We're not.
Craig is, and everybody's coming with me.
Yeah, they are.
We're not going to go down the Crystalia rabbit hole.
Okay.
He's another stand-up. Anyways.
You were going to have to explain that to me as well.
Bill Burr
yes,
tends to not really give a fuck about what he says when he's up on stage being a stand-up comic, right?
Does he not? Or is that his act? Does he really care? But he's like...
He doesn't really give a fuck.
I'm strong. I say what I want.
Yeah, no. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Okay.
And...
Good job.
He made some comment, and I don't remember the exact verbiage of it during the episode, but basically it was like, yeah, like you can't, like if you do that, then you're holding back the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're holding back. Do you know what I mean?
What did I say at the beginning?
I know.
Yeah.
And so
I think Bill Burr and I are like, we have an understanding. Apparently we're supposed to be friends. So it just resonated with me in the moment, and I'm like, in what ways do I hold back on our podcast? In what ways do I keep things softer sometimes around the edges instead of more harsh? Because like for you and I got scared at the word harsh. I'm like, I might I think I have a fever. I need to bail.
But you and I, in conversation just between the two of us, you get me pretty unfiltered. And it's pretty
beautiful.
Well, yeah, but then there's times where you're like, you can't say that to anybody else.
Sometimes.
Don't say that anywhere. Don't let anybody else hear you say that. And I mean, today's a perfect example.
Sometimes, but it's out of love. It's not, and it's not holding. It's not like you're saying this is who I really am, and I'm like, you can't tell anybody. You should just not say that. It's not that. Just sometimes you say things that surprise me.
Yeah. See. That's what I'm talking about. It's not the things that I say that surprise you, but it's like, I don't need to hold back. I don't need to worry about being filtered. I don't need to worry about how people are going to receive it or take it.
What are you going to say?
Whatever the fuck I want.
All right.
Like,
start right now. Do it then. Quit talking about it. It's like you're getting on Facebook and letting everybody know that you're going to go off Facebook for a while. Just say it. Just do it. If you want to get off Facebook, okay. Nice fucking announcement. Get off Facebook.
Yeah, let's talk about those people.
No.
I love those people.
Oh my God. And then they like let you know when they were back.
Yeah.
Those are usually the ones I see. I'm like, I didn't know you left.
I'm sorry, who are you?
You're back? How are we friends? Who's our mutual friends? How did this happen?
On another recent podcast that I listened to, I heard somebody talking about they had this realization. It hit them, right? This thought process clicked in their head and they're like, oh, that's fucked up. I shouldn't think that way. Like it's sad that I think that way. And the thought process was somebody... So they have a friend who hasn't been very active on Facebook lately. And their first thought was like, oh, I hope everything's okay. Because they haven't been seeing a lot of their posts. And they're like, oh, something must be wrong. I hope that they're okay. And then it's like, oh my God, they're probably really doing extremely well because they're not on Facebook and posting shit. And I thought that was funny, but it's true.
It is true.
I could immediately think about some people that I don't see post and I'm like, God, I hope they're okay. I really hope that everything's going all right in their lives. And it's like, well, just because they haven't taken the time to sit and send us a picture of whatever the fuck they had for dinner doesn't mean that they're not okay.
Or their rounds.
Right?
All capitalized and misspelled.
I've noticed a bunch of people too.
Though has more than 3 letters, people.
Though?
Yeah.
Art thou? Through, drive through?
Drive through, that's another one.
TR, true shoe.
I love that, like, Stevie has... maintained staying off of Facebook.
She did good.
Yeah. She's like, I'm done.
Yeah. She did good.
She's so brave.
She is so brave.
She's so brave. She watched Social Dilemma and she was like, all right, Facebook, you're out.
It wasn't Social Dilemma.
No, I'm making it up. She just recognized that it was not healthy.
Yeah.
And she felt like shit when she was on it. And it was just she's like, why am I doing this? This is stupid. So she got off Facebook.
I have some friends
They can't figure that out.
that need to figure that out. But so you'll see some article or something that's been posted or shared, and it's not even my algorithm. I don't know if your algorithm does this.
Mine does it.
For example, it's a post about whatever, take your pick. It's a post about the virus right now or the vaccine or Trump or Biden or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay.
And it's a news article from that page, that news source.
Okay.
And then in the comments below that news article, mind you, there's like thousands and thousands of comments because it's some big news article or some big page. And in those thousands of comments is my friend. And they have responded to somebody else's comments. And so I see that.
Okay.
I don't follow that page. Like, we'll just pretend it's the...
That freaked me out.
Did
I
you
never
see that too?
No, but like when you let me know that can happen, I'm like, well, fuck, shit, I've commented on. Are people seeing that?
So maybe they don't realize it. I hadn't
maybe
even thought of that.
I didn't realize. I was like,
But I have
I'm
a
never
couple
saying
of 'em.
anything ever.
There's one guy that I'm friends with that I used to work with at the jail back in the day, and he's just straight up trolling fucking people. And
That makes sense.
he doesn't fucking care. And it's like, he always has like the same response. That's like, hey, you fucking Trump idiot. That's not what it is. But he's like, hey, you fucking Trump idiot. Trump lost. You know, the election's fucking over. Get over it. You fucking, and I see his comments. And so he'll get into these big, huge comment
He's
battles.
this little shitster.
He is. That's all. He's just a troll. And then I have another friend who you know. I won't say his name.
Okay, let's see if I can figure it out.
I love him so much. He's a very sweet, dear friend. He's an old friend. I've been friends with him for a very, very long time.
Okay, I've got a group now that it could be.
But he will get on and try to engage in like legitimate discussions with people. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, there's like, why are you wasting any time talking to fucking strangers on the comment threads of, do you know what I mean? The New York Times latest article about the coronavirus.
Because people have been quarantined and they're going fucking crazy.
I know. But I just feel so bad. I want to send them messages and be like,
maybe we should do it on the podcast where we're talking to a bunch of strangers.
that's different. I'm not talking to a bunch of strangers. I'm talking to my wife. We're just recording it for the rest of the world to listen to. But I just see that and I'm like, I have that desire sometimes, but it's such a quick flash. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll see somebody and I'll be like, I want to go let them know what I think about what they just said.
I do too.
But
sometimes I do.
I don't ever do it.
Yeah. Ever?
And I don't. Well, I've tried.
Like, that's bullshit.
No, I've tried in the past in regards to Black Lives Matter and all the different things that took place and have continued to, and unfortunately are continuing to take place. And I would try.
Would you now see something and still try?
I haven't in a while.
Have you seen things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been quite a few things. There was one recently, one of my old cop buddies that I used to work with.
Yeah.
Who, posted a bunch of shit that I'm just like, it was, there's a case right now that's going on, and I don't know the specifics of it. First and foremost, this week has been really, really draining and difficult for a bunch of different reasons that we're probably not going to get into and talk about on the podcast. Not because it's like super private, it's just not super important. But so I didn't have a lot of time to research where normally I would go in and like do a bunch of research. But it's same old story where some black guy was killed by a cop. And
isn't that like, I hate that that's the same old story, because that really is.
It is.
Like,
same
how
old
does that
fucking
keep
story,
being
right? And so then it's
again,
like
seriously?
same fucking arguments. Police need to stop fucking killing people. You need to stop fucking killing black people. And then surprise, surprise, cops are like, people need to stop being criminals.
Yeah.
And that's basically his argument.
Yeah.
And I read a little bit of the comment threads because he was getting into it with some people that were commenting. Mind you, it was his post. It wasn't like he was commenting on some other random article.
Okay.
And the argument of basically the officer's actions, if viewed by other officers, then those other officers would have done the same thing in his shoes. Okay. So basically it's like the standard was, is it reasonable? Is it justifiable? And based off of other officers' opinions, then yes, it is. I'm actually going to go pull it up because this is about to be a big soapbox.
Okay.
Because obviously I feel very passionate about.
What did you
I took
just
an
see?
Uber like 3 days ago, and it just gave me the option to rate the fucking trip. I'm like, hello, Uber. You're a little fucking late.
They've been busy like cleaning in between.
They've been busy
ratings.
cleaning cars.
I'm glad you're so passionate about it.
I am passionate about it, and I'm pissed off about it, and I'm frustrated about it.
Good. We should be.
And it's getting to the point where it's just like, hold on, I'm going to find the reasonable officer. That's the terminology.
Okay. I can't stop yawning. I'm sorry.
Would any reasonable officer have perceived him as a deadly threat and taken lethal options to stop it? So that's his argument, is that any reasonable officer would have acted in the same way, would have viewed the guy as a deadly threat. And immediately I'm just like, okay. The fact that we are basing anything off of what a reasonable officer would do indicate, or like the predisposition to that statement is that the training that officers receive is good, right? Like the officer, the human, the person themselves might be a good person. I'm not saying that they're not, but the facts and the skill set that they are bringing to their job and that they're using to make decisions, a reasonable officer would make this decision. The training, the implementation, the facts, the skills, everything that officer has been taught to give him that skill set to make that decision, whether or not that's a deadly force, that's the broken part. That's the part that's fucked up. That's the part where we need to stop looking at crimes as a cause to kill people, period, right? Especially if we've identified who they are, especially if we know who they are. And in this circumstance, I think they do. So if we know who somebody is and they've been identified and they're just simply fleeing, just leaving because they don't want to go to jail and they don't want to get arrested, why are we shooting them?
Yeah.
Let them go. Let them go and go pick them up some other day. Go handle the situation in a less volatile way at a different time and a different date, depending upon the circumstances. But that pissed me off. But I didn't do anything about it other than, wait till we could talk about it on a podcast.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm going to do my due diligence, and I'm going to do as much as I can to stop editing and filtering the words that come out of this mouth.
Yeah.
So we'll see. What do you think?
I'm thinking a lot of things.
Let's hear it.
I saw I have to look up the article, or you can just fact check, whatever. I think it was New York, but there was an article that was circulating around that looked like they may be enforcing a new, I don't know what the word is, but where you are required to have a 4-year degree to be a police officer.
Oh.
And obviously it's not something that is in place now, but I'm just like, what do you think about that? What do you think could happen in 4 years? If it really took 4 years of training to become a police officer.
It doesn't sound like that's not what it sounds like you said. It sounds like they have to have a college degree in order to become a police officer. Not that training would take 4 years in order to become a police officer.
Well, I figure that's part. I don't think you can have like an arts degree and then go apply that to be a police officer.
I think that's definitely what they're going to
do.
do.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that's what it
you're
sounds
wrong.
like.
No way.
Because they're
What's the point of that? That is dumb. I was like, well, look, there's some progress. I can't even have this right now. I'm not going to get pissed off
about something that we don't really know.
Exactly. I'm going to do some research on that. I'm going to look at that.
That's the internet.
No,
Let's do that.
No.
Wait a minute.
I'm just going to
stop
no.
right now. Are you saying that they are letting police.
Let's just, I'm gonna figure this out and figure out whether or not it's a good idea or whether or not it is just like, are you fucking kidding me?
I think that's what they're going to do is they're going to start mandating, or wherever this place is, whether it was in New York or whatever, that's going to be one of their new requirements that if you want to be a police officer, you have to have a degree.
In anything.
Yeah,
It doesn't
of course.
matter.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I can't wrap my head around the stupidity of that.
Well, that's the
which is-
mindset of our culture and society, where they think that that is some sort of like symbol of
I gotta start looking now.
that you've done something.
No.
If you've managed to go to school
No.
and fucking bury yourself in student loan debt for 4 years, then
which
somehow
is
that makes
stupid.
you what? What does that prove? That literally proves nothing at all. But that's something that's super common. You know that. You know, you get a better job, you get a higher paying job, you get more respect if you've got a degree. Why? And of course, that does not indicate in any way, shape, or form that you will be a good police officer or should be a police officer. Period. I don't want to talk about cop stuff the entire episode, though.
Yeah.
We've got like another 400 episodes behind this one that we talk about cop stuff a lot.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to do more. I'm not gonna find it. Fine. I don't like yours. I don't like that. That can't be it.
Yeah.
We can't have one area, and it's probably just the city, not the state. We can't have one area making change after all of this. Have one area and have it be such a like a fuck you. Fine, we'll make them have a college degree. Who cares? Who cares on what?
Well, it won't do anything. Having a college degree doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean literally anything,
I know that,
especially
but
in regards to
in
being
my
a police
mind,
officer.
it was like towards criminal justice, where you had to take like psychology and human interactions, and you had to be educated on indigenous people and actually culture, to where they could take and really understand humans and about the real history around the world, just have all that information, and then how to interact with people and how to recognize signs of trauma and abuse, and watch, like, I was seeing all the possibility on the information that could come in. So when you're actually out on the streets, it's not criminal, it's human. And like, I was really excited when I saw that. I'm not ready for that bubble to be popped.
Okay.
Some
let's
good's
not
gotta
pop it.
come.
It's going to be really good. It's going to be super helpful.
I think
Very
it's
beneficial.
a start. And
If that's what they're doing, if they're requiring 4 years of training, right? Like if the police academy is 4 years,
yeah,
that's fucking
it
awesome.
wasn't the police academy. It was definitely college. But look at all those classes that could make a
You know, that's not
difference.
what it's going to be.
I don't know. You know why? Because I think it could be.
Well,
You don't even know, so you can't pop my positive thinking based off of your cynical thinking. So stop it.
I am very cynical when it comes to cops and to law enforcement. I am.
I'm looking at future possibilities.
Yes. Future casting.
Yeah.
What should we future cast for 2021?
How about positive shit? Because if you're going to future cast, why not make it positive?
Should we talk about the vaccine?
Fuck.
Should we talk about testing? Should we talk about, is Donald Trump really going to leave office in a month? What else? What else is going on? Are you okay?
No. I'm just looking at my boobs because I can see it. Let me pull my shirt up a little bit. Are you okay?
I am okay.
I know. I'm hitting something. I don't know what it
I
is.
don't know what it is either. I thought I fixed everything.
Oh my God.
Is your chair hitting the
No.
fucking stand?
No, it's not.
Christ almighty.
Look at I don't know what to do. Oh my God.
Was it totally just hitting the stand?
Every time I'm like, why can you hear my foot touching the chair? And I would just barely move it and I could hear it. I'm like, why is that? I was just trying to not
You're so fucking high already.
I'm not.
I love it.
Shh.
I love it.
I am not. I just problem solved.
Yes, you did.
And I did it positively.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Look at you.
That is a good
You
human.
need to
That's
get some
my-
fucking gold stars for this fucking episode.
Shh.
What else do you have?
What else do I have?
Yeah.
I don't. Those were your things.
I know. Do you have some stuff?
I might have a bag of tricks, but I don't think it fits into this conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not going to do a show and tell.
Is there anything that you want to ask me? Like, is there something that you're like, ooh, I need to ask him that
Probably.
because I want to know what his unfiltered response
I want to know lots of your unfiltered responses. I can't think of shit. I don't have anything right now.
Well, wait. Did you hear Alex Trebek passed away?
Yeah.
2020, man. 20 fucking 20.
I didn't realize he meant that much to you.
It's fucking Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
Did you not watch Jeopardy?
A little bit.
How much?
I don't know.
Seriously. Like, this is a
I don't
serious
know.
conversation right now.
It was on.
Okay, but do you remember watching Jeopardy?
Yes.
Did you watch it enough to, like, understand what I mean by...
Careful. You're about to get kicked in the nuts. So ask me again if I could piece it together with my dumb brain.
I didn't mean it that way,
Are
just
you
in
sure?
the sense of whether or not you watched it
on
a
the
lot.
replay, I think you might hear it that way.
No.
And you might be like, boys, we barely made it out alive.
We said it last week, but if you're really only listening to this podcast and not watching it, you're missing out on a lot. There's so many wonderful things that are gems now that we're recording, and I'm so glad that we record this show. It's going to be great.
I'm still trying to convince you to... Anyways.
To do what?
I'm not going to say it because it's a good idea.
Don't not filter yourself.
I'm not filtering. I'm just hoping that it'll come out because you'll do it. It's something that I've been telling you about. And I'll tell you again later. It's not a filter. It's I want the idea to work.
What is it?
I'm just going to start doing it myself. I'll tell you later.
Tell me fucking now. What is it?
No.
What idea? I'm trying to think of the stuff you told me.
It has to do with that.
Yeah, the camera.
Has everything to do with that.
Oh, Steph's got a great idea.
Are you going to fucking say it? Don't say it. Just do it.
Don't say it. Just spray it. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Maybe we'll do it.
What's that mean?
Don't say it. Just spray it.
I think the saying is say it, don't spray it.
It's say don't say it, don't spray it. That's the saying. It says,
It's what?
The saying is spray it, spray it, don't say it.
Spray it, don't say it?
Say it, don't spray it.
Yes. You got it right that time.
Exactly. The first time I got it right.
No.
You got it wrong.
Hey, tell me how Venmo works.
Would you like to know how Venmo works?
Yes, I want to hear you describe it.
Do you know who created PayPal?
No.
Elon.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Fucking Google that shit.
Really?
Yeah. That's why he's rich. That's how he made some of his first money.
Was PayPal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of the founders of PayPal.
Huh. And then he decided to send a car into
Take us to
space.
Mars.
Okay.
Speaking
Cool.
of which, we need to watch that fucking alien documentary.
You're scrolling so fast and
'Cause I'm
hard.
getting fucking higher the
I am
longer we record.
trying
It's so nice.
So hard to follow you.
We have some very, very
I'm
good.
over here.
What
Do
should we
we?
call it?
I don't know. I'm nervous about talking about that, even though we have like it's legally okay now.
Yeah.
I am still in the mindset of like, shut the fuck up.
See? No more
I
filters.
know that's not true.
2021, filter free. We're smoking
No, we
without
don't smoke.
filters.
We don't smoke it.
I know. I wish we did still sometimes.
Do you?
Sometimes.
I don't know.
We are 2 years plus no smokes.
No cigarettes.
Folks. No
Yes.
smokes. What?
Nothing.
Did you smoke something?
No, I just had that wave of when I moved my head and I went, there it is.
Oh, so you just found your
Yeah.
high.
No.
Let's find it some more.
I'm embarrassed now.
Let's talk about it some
Because
more.
now it really is here.
We haven't done
Before
one of
that
these in
was
a
just
while.
me. We haven't.
I'm so excited. We're almost done with this episode, but it's going to go on quite a long
Yes.
time. We
Is
might
it?
record longer.
Okay. Hold on.
We'll go get some munchies.
I'm ready. We cannot eat and record because not only are we nom, 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 which is disgusting, they can see us eating, which is disgusting.
I don't think it's disgusting to watch people eat.
It depends.
It does depend.
If we're sitting here recording and we can't not sit here and eat,
Let's talk about porn.
I
I like
can't-
porn of watching people eat.
ew. No, that's okay. That's okay. I didn't mean to ew.
Teasing.
I didn't mean to ew. That's fine. That's fine
Teasing.
if that's what you like.
It is fine if that's what you like. Freak. Weirdo. No, Stephanie and I recently came across, we came across a new porn site that we like. We can talk about that,
Okay.
right?
I do think that maybe you should have, like,
Asked you ahead of time.
didn't you just like, what the fuck, Susie? He's doing it again.
HR, it's too late. She's gone home for the
She's
night.
gone home.
Yeah, you can't email her
she's-
either.
She's watching porn.
She is.
Okay,
She
all right.
listened to our latest
Okay,
episode.
we're talking about the website. Go for it.
Yeah, the website is Make Love Not Porn.
I feel like they should like support us now.
This episode is brought to you by Make Love. It's not.
It's not.
MakeLoveNotPorn.tv, I believe. It's not .com. It's .tv.
Really?
Yeah, but it's ethical porn.
How did I? Okay.
It's ethical porn.
Yes, which is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's a very big deal.
So the idea is that they are all people that want to share their sexual adventures with the world, and they upload their videos, and then you can purchase them and rent them for 3 weeks. And then the people who upload the videos get a portion of that rental cost. So they get 50% of the cost of that rental. I think it's great. It's a great.
Yeah, so
little...
they get paid decently.
Yeah.
There's the protection of it. There's the guidelines of making sure that it is only adult content made by adults. It's safe without it, and it's not people being pushed into anything. And the women are respected and paid. I think the men are always better off than women in porn. That's the thing.
The men are not respected, nor are
Women-
they paid. I'm teasing. It's a joke.
Yeah, so
Fucking
I like that the
joke.
women are
Well, yeah, because it's just a lot of couples, basically.
couples and singles.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. How much are you consuming?
Not a lot. Yeah,
I feel
not
like
a
I
lot.
need to consume more so I can give a better opinion on it.
Yeah.
I haven't consumed.
Well, maybe
enough.
next year we'll do a full episode review of Make Love Not Porn.
Probably not.
It's probably not going to happen.
Probably not.
No, but there's our advice for this episode.
Go watch ethical porn.
Sometimes we give you, philosophical advice. Sometimes we give you emotional advice on how to be.
Do we give advice? We're not giving advice.
Sometimes we give you parenting advice.
We give no advice. This is not an
Stephanie
advice
and I are
podcast.
professionals.
No, we're not.
And we know a lot of things. So we like to share that wisdom with people. So if
What's this voice you're doing?
that's my advice giving voice. When I start talking to people and need to tell them how to do things and to live their life. Oh, that's another thing I was going to talk about.
Tell me, squirrel.
I've been trying really fucking hard to like Whitney Cummings' podcast.
Yeah, you've mentioned that.
Really hard.
Why are you so dedicated? Why do you want to?
Because I
it
like
so
her
much?
stand-up.
Okay.
Right? I think she's a
Except
good
for the last
stand-up.
one.
Well, her last special, she was on fucking Adderall. But we saw her when she came to Salt Lake City.
It was really good.
I'm a fan of her stand-up. I think
Yes.
she's funny.
She's very funny. I liked her movie.
Yeah, she had that movie that we liked, the one about the woman's brain.
Yes.
So I want to like her podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I like her when she's on other podcasts.
Okay.
So when she's a guest on some of the other podcasts that I listen to, I like her.
Okay.
I really want to like her podcast. I can't fucking stand it.
You can't
I
stand
can't
it.
fucking stand it.
That's harsh.
Oh my God, I fucking try so hard.
Is she still super fast?
It's not just that she's super fast. It's she talks.
If you say she talks too much, we're gonna have a problem.
The woman just speaks. No, it's not that she talks too much. She has that LA upspeak talk.
Oh.
That thing that it's so bizarre too because
Rogan says it's brain damage. There was an episode that he did with somebody where they're like, if you upspeak, it's because you have brain damage.
but it's not even just the upspeak. It's specific to living in fucking California and living in the Orange County area.
I don't understand.
Oh my God. You do if you hear it. As soon as
Okay.
you hear it, you're like, that's it. That's
Okay.
it. That's the accent.
Why
right
is
there.
it centered around California and Orange County though?
Because I don't know. Because they're fucking weirdo
Excuse me.
celebrity wackadoos that think they need to talk about everything in this way. And
No.
yeah.
Stop it. There was, I think it was software is where they said that they heard it the most.
Software.
It was like software people.
Oh, yeah. Silicon Valley. That
Okay.
type of.
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't remember.
Anyways, this is
I don't
the
even
reason-
remember who the guest was. I just remember that was a topic. And I'm like, do I do that? Do I have brain damage? And I know I just did it there, but fuck off. I was asking a question. I was elevating my voice to show that I was indeed making an inquiry.
Yes.
So I wasn't using my at the I wasn't making a statement with it. I was asking a question, so it was a legitimate up.
Every time that I listen, I tell myself,
You didn't hear any of that.
I did.
You just moved right past.
You asked a question and you went up. But I specifically go into it
Okay.
with, like, in my brain, I'm like, don't listen for it. Don't listen for it. Just, like, it's got a guest on that you like. You think she's funny. Just try to fucking listen to this
I caught
episode.
that edit, by the way.
Listen to the episode and just do that.
Okay.
And 30 seconds into it, my brain's like, there it is. There it is. There it is. We're listening for it. There it is. There it is. There it is. And she just continually fucking talks like that. And
But she doesn't do it when she's talking to other people?
what do you mean? Like
Well,
on
you
other
like
podcasts?
listening to her
Yeah.
with other people.
I think she doesn't. It's not as noticeable when she's on other shows.
Is it just when she's by herself?
It's not just when she's by herself. It's her podcast. And I think it's because it's like her space. And she falls into like her most natural, this is who I am. This is where I'm at. I mean, it's recorded at her
Do
fucking
you know
home.
what's fun? What the fuck is wrong with that?
I know, right? At
I
least get a
haven't
fucking
even
studio.
listened to the
Look at this, Whitney.
podcast.
Get a fucking studio that's upstairs.
I
in
haven't
your
even
own
listened
house.
to her podcast. I don't know why. I feel defensive.
I know you're defending
I
her.
am. I'm like, why are you trying to make the woman small? Like, I don't even know if it's accurate, but
It's
I'm like,
so weird.
stop it.
Yeah, it's so weird. I try. Because she has a lot of people on there that I'm like, oh, I'm interested. I can't do it.
She does it with guests in her own space.
Yeah, in her house.
Well, I didn't know if she was a solo podcast or if she had guests on every episode.
No. Yeah, every
Okay.
episode she's got guests.
Okay. It's pretty good then.
I'll probably keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you can do it with maybe a little less judgment and see if that helps?
Probably not. Definitely won't be doing that.
Again, I haven't listened to it.
100%
Okay.
going to be judging. Yeah, it's insane. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I try.
Yeah.
I try all the time, but I don't know if it's possible. It's hard.
Is that, I don't feel like that's upspeak.
Well, it's not the upspeak that is so predominant that we're talking about, or that you talk about.
That's what you talked about.
I used upspeak. It's not the correct description.
Then how the fuck are we supposed to know what you're talking about?
Okay. Listen to Whitney Cummings' podcast.
I need to. And then you can tell me the words that you meant to say, not the words that you said.
And then I can tell you the things that are coming out of my mouth.
Oh, you're fun. You're fun. Okay.
So yeah, I'm not going to watch that anymore.
You just got to, okay. Well, maybe not.
I probably will.
She had
what's her name? The gal from Jennifer Goodwin or something. It doesn't fucking matter. We can change subjects.
Okay.
We don't need to talk about fucking Whitney Cummings' podcast anymore.
Okay.
This isn't a review of that show.
So other than the fact that you don't like the sound of her voice,
Mm-hmm.
is it a good podcast?
I don't know. I can't fucking get over the sound of her
Okay,
voice.
Okay.
She spends like an hour talking with her fucking assistant.
Yeah.
And he's funny. I like him. His name's Benton.
Okay, kind of sounds like you like
Only Men
men
podcasts.
and not women.
That's not true.
Okay.
I like Leanne Kreischer's Wife
You
of the
really
Party.
like her, yes.
Right?
Okay.
She's got a good show.
Okay.
I like Christina P.
You
We've
do?
also saw Christina P. when she came to Salt
Yes,
Lake.
also enjoyed
And
that.
Christina's on like 14 different fucking podcasts.
Right.
So I like all of her shows.
Okay.
Um,
I know there's more,
there is more.
but you're not going to panic and go blank. You've listened to a lot of sex podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of any other podcasts with women that I listen to.
Polly and Prosecco, you liked that one?
Oh, yeah, that one's good. They
There was
don't- they
two
don't-
women on that one.
They don't put out any more episodes, though.
Oh, do they? Did they stop?
No, I think they're just busy.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
I need to fix. Okay.
God, there's a new one that I just started listening to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay.
But no, I don't just fucking
I
listen
know.
to podcasts with guys.
I know.
Jeez. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise.
Oh, did I offend you?
Where did that come from, you think?
I don't know. Probably.
There had to have been, I bet Louise
Uh-huh.
was the 1920s Karen. So we've got Karens
Jeez,
today,
Louise.
right? And then back in the 20s, in 1920, because Karens only come around on the 20s. So the next one's going to be 2120, right? 100 years. So back in the 1920s,
I had to think. I'm like, that's not it.
there was this bitch named Louise, and she drove everybody fucking nuts. She was the fucking downer. Everybody was trying to be flappers, and Louise would come in and ruin it all. And they would be like, "Geez, Louise." That's where it came from.
I think you're right.
Louise was a fucking 1920s Karen.
You're really cute.
Don't you? It's
what
real.
was that?
It's
Did you
fact.
like, ta-da?
Ta-da! Presented it to you. There you go.
Thank
Not
you.
only did we teach you today about make love, not porn, but you know the where "Geez, Louise" came from.
The word?
The statement, the phrase.
Yes.
Ask me another phrase, and I'll tell you where it came from.
I can't think of a single phrase. What went through my head right there is, why did the chicken cross the road?
That's a joke, but it was originally a phrase.
What's the answer?
Well, back
Why
in the
did
day,
no? Tell me the answer.
'cause
Why
we
did the
didn't have
chicken cross
roads.
the road?
Okay, we didn't have
No.
roads.
Why did the chicken cross the
You
road?
have to realize
I
that
wanna
for a
give
very
you the
long time we
punchline.
didn't. Oh, why?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
It didn't. Because I got hit by a car instead. Jesus.
We need to do more high episodes.
I thought it was a funny joke.
It definitely wasn't. But your delivery was
Let me
funny.
tell you how it came apart. So we were driving and the neighbors got more
And then
chickens.
this motherfucking chicken
No,
came out of nowhere.
So Asher and I are driving and
Yeah.
they got more chickens and we were driving past. There was a chicken that was in the road that got
Did it
hit.
come across?
It was dead already. And they're like, got more chickens. And I asked Asher, why did the chicken cross the road? And he goes, why? And I went, it didn't. And he goes, I impressed him. He laughed. He chuckled.
Oh.
He it took him back and he gave me the,
We should do a recreation of that event.
I just did.
It was good. I like your Asher impression. Why?
I thought it was funny.
It's very funny. You're incredibly funny.
I'm now sad.
Don't be sad.
Do I upspeak?
Sometimes.
Fuck. Do you hate me?
No.
You hate Whitney Cummings.
I
And
don't-
she's got a sex robot.
I don't hate Winnie Cummings because that's not a person.
I said Whitney.
You said Winnie.
I didn't say Winnie Cooper.
Winnie Cooper is a fictional character on the show
And Whitney
Wonder
Cummings
Years.
is a real person.
Yes.
I said Whitney.
You said Winnie.
I meant Whitney.
Okay. Meant is different than say.
Exactly. Why don't you tell me the upspeak that you said wrong?
So why don't you remember that we're recording all of this and people are definitely going to know what you said because they can go back and listen
and they're
to
going to prove me right.
it. Wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
With a T.
T.
Like Whitney.
Mm. Speaking of Winnie Cooper,
Oh, okay.
I'm teasing. No, you don't upspeak all that much. You do Alexis more than anybody. And I don't think Alexis upspeaks. I think it's her own little language. For those of you that don't know who Alexis is, you need to go watch Schitt's Creek. But yeah, you do Alexis quite a bit, but it's only in a good way.
I think her Alexis is a good way.
I do too. I think you do it wonderfully.
I think she does a good stuff. Well, never mind.
It does a good
I
Stephanie.
changed my mind. I changed my mind. I take it back. I take it back. I was trying to be original, and then I realized what I was claiming. Went, no, I'm done. I don't know how to dig myself out of this hole.
I don't
just
think
want
there's a need to.
to gracefully bow out.
There's not a need to dig yourself out, baby.
Okay.
You have done a beautiful job of making this hole. You might as well stay there for a while because it's a good one.
You're just happy that I've got my whole next 2 years now after your whole Whitney Cummings one.
I know. Totally fucking. I can already see the people that I don't fucking care. I don't care. No more filters. Filter free.
It's okay if you don't like her voice.
It's not that I don't like her voice.
I'm doing my best here.
It's just that I don't like her voice sometimes.
I'm going to write her a letter. I'm sure she's going to really want to work on
I
that.
don't think so. Whitney, if you ever come back to Utah, please come be on the podcast and we can talk about your fucking voice.
Oh my God. I love you.
She's feisty too.
She's feisty. I'm just I don't know if you can take that much. You're amazing.
Come on.
But I'm going to sit back and just be like, oh my fucking God.
Take what? Somebody.
She is so goddamn witty. And you are too. You are too.
It's
First
not a
of all, I
competition
think
to
you
see
would
who's
be.
wittier.
I think you would be too distracted by how beautiful she is that you would be not able to really. You would try to be cool and not know what to
No.
say, and
Yeah,
then
she's
she would
pretty.
be slamming.
She's pretty, but it's not like I would sit there and be like, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful."
I would. She's
No,
beautiful.
there's definitely women that we could have come on this podcast that I'd be like, "Do you have a favorite color?"
I don't think I've ever wanted to have a guest on this podcast.
Did you ever see?
So bad.
Did you ever
Yes,
see
I
that
do right
Saturday
now.
Night Live sketch with Chris Farley,
Probably not.
where he I don't know I don't remember like the name of the sketch or the character. I don't even think he played a character. I think he played himself.
Okay.
But the concept of this sketch is he's interviewing famous people.
Okay.
So obviously the host of the episode for Saturday Night Live that week, right? And then Chris Farley would interview them. And the only one that's like standing out in my head, and maybe he only did it once, I don't remember. But,
And then he really couldn't talk.
but it's like with Paul McCartney.
Okay. Fair.
And it's like, hey, did you like do you remember when you guys did the Beatles songs? That was so cool, right? And then Paul would be like, yeah. Yeah. And he's like, what was your favorite song? It was great.
Who would be your person that you would stammer and stutter for like that? I think I know, but I'm gonna see if you say what I say.
I want to rewind that. I think I know, but I want to see if you say what I say.
What I would say, what I would guess. Yes.
No, that's not what you said.
I know that's not what I said. I fixed it.
I see what I would say.
Just quit stalling and tell me who it would be.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a man and a woman.
Oh, you do it the man too. I was.
Fuck yeah, there's
okay.
totally going to be like
Okay, go. Let me think.
I've
think.
met
Let me get
famous
my man.
people.
I know. Let me get the man in my head. I already have the woman.
I'm trying
Okay, I
to
got it.
think. I'm trying to think of the. I don't know. I do pretty good. I can definitely psych myself up.
You would totally psych yourself up for the two that I'm thinking.
Yeah. Who
But
are
yes, you do good. No, you tell me. I want to see
they? Fuck,
if I
we
can.
could sit here all day long.
Or you could just tell me.
Or you could just tell me. Wait a minute.
Okay.
How about you tell me?
Shut up. Woman, Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
You'd lose your shit.
I think I'd be okay after
Do
about
you?
5 minutes.
I don't think you would. I think the more that she would like you would hear her voice and just like that interaction with her. Yeah, exactly. See what your eyes did? I think it would progressively get worse.
It definitely could. I would not want to be high. Maybe I would want to be high.
You probably
That's probably
would
the
want
only
to
way
be
I would
high.
be able to talk to her.
Yeah.
Anyways,
sorry, I
who's
had to
the
fix
dude?
Matt Damon.
Hmm.
No, you'd probably
I
shoot
thought
the
of
shit.
Matty.
You would
Yeah.
be cool with him.
No.
That was wrong.
I thought of Matt, but
Yes.
it'd be like, I mean, after about 2.5 minutes, I'd be like, fuck, dude.
He'd
Like,
be your best friend.
yeah.
Hmm.
Hopefully.
As soon as you said that, no, he would
Hopefully,
be.
Matt
You're
Damon,
pretty cool.
if you're listening.
He'd be like, Whitney Cummings, right?
I
Have you
know.
heard that?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't think of a dude. I mean, there's like Daniel Day-Lewis. For some reason, he popped into my head.
Yeah.
Massively respect him as an actor, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would totally be Chris Farley with Daniel Day-Lewis. I'd
Yeah.
be like, do you remember when you
Okay,
were
so
in
that's
the
your guy.
movie
Yeah.
Last Mohicans? It's a really good movie. Huh? What was that like doing that movie? The movie's fucking 40 years old or something, right? And he'd be like,
Oh my God. No, it's not.
yeah, it's in the early 90s.
That's not 40 years. That's 30 years. That's 20
20.
something years. That's, yes, what?
I want to watch more of Stephanie do math. But that's like if I was interviewing Daniel Day-Lewis
Mhm.
for this podcast, it would be a fucking shit show.
Do me.
Okay.
No.
Happily.
Who would,
Let's see. We just throw everything off the
okay,
table.
we can do
and
it. Who would stammer me?
That's actually why we got the new table for the
It's
podcast,
fucking
because it's going to be a
sturdy.
sex podcast.
That's gonna. Who would be me?
Brandy. If Brandy came on this show,
I would probably just start. I'm
You-
almost gonna start crying just thinking.
you wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, I would. I don't
I
think I
would be
can
able to
stop
talk
smiling.
to
No,
her.
you. Oh my
After about
God.
5 minutes, I would be
Okay.
able to. And the
Can
only
you
reason
feel this cheese
yeah.
already happening?
the only reason I'd be able to talk to her and interview her and be able to spend time with her is
Mm-hmm.
because it would be in an effort to make it so that she was in our space longer, so that you could be around her more.
So I could just sit here and be like,
Yeah. So I would totally be cool so
Yeah.
that you could not be. And then,
because I totally
yeah, it's Brandy Carlisle.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar.
I feel like we've talked about her a few times on the
been a
podcast.
while.
It has been a
It's
while.
been a while since Brandy's taken over
Yeah.
the episodes.
Yeah.
Um,
I immediately lost all composure though. You said her name and I'm like, yeah.
that's the one. Like if she walked in the door right
oh,
now
I can't even.
and she's like, scoot over, I want to sit down and help on this episode, you would just cry
I would
and fall off your
cry.
chair. And she'd be like, Stephanie, it's okay, come up.
Oh my
And then
God.
she'd be like, oh, I see you have a guitar. And you'd be like, oh my God, she can't play a guitar. So one day that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with that.
I'm going to need to figure out how to be like in the public first because
What do you mean in the public?
I don't know how to like handle people in conversations. So I feel like I need more training before I'm ready to experience Brandy Carlisle. I definitely need more training.
I don't know how to be in the public or handle people. What the fuck are you talking about? You're clearly...
Sometimes I struggle. I am okay one-on-one. I think I'm just going to need like arena training or something.
Arena?
I don't know what I'm saying. Who's
She's
the guy?
gonna
Pick
just...
the guy.
Okay.
Pick the
I don't
guy.
think there's a guy that you would have an issue.
Yeah?
Yeah. You'd be like, whatever. I don't fucking care.
Okay.
You're not madly in love with any guy that's out there. That...
Well, you.
Well, yeah, but obviously...
Oh my God.
Oh it's Craig on the podcast.
Love him.
Yeah. Can you think of a guy that you would be like?
I didn't realize we were only talking about being madly in love with.
Oh, no. It's just somebody that's going to make you sit there and not be able to speak.
Okay.
Because you're just so infatuated with them.
Okay.
Who would that be?
I'm trying to think. I'm a pretty big, like...
What about some kind of like singer?
I was thinking
Country
I'm like
singer
I
or
crush
something.
pretty hard on it. Used to be Garth Brooks, but
Then
there
we
was
watched that fucking documentary on Garth Brooks. Go watch that.
don't watch it.
We did some episodes on
Don't
that too.
watch it. Just don't. If you love Garth Brooks, do not watch it.
If Kelly was on the show, Kelly Clarkson.
Oh my God, I love Kelly.
You think you'd be okay there?
No, I would not be okay. Love Kelly, but I think I would be okay in a minute. I think it would take that little bit, but she's like a big old goofball dork like me.
Yeah, 5
So
minutes later you'd be fine with
She
Kelly.
would just be herself, her amazing self, and I would be comfortable, and then we would be exchanging jokes, and she would be my best friend. Kelly, you want to be my best friend?
Yeah.
I want to meet Kelly Clarkson. So bad. I love her. Okay, I'm done.
No man.
I was saying, like, I don't know.
There was one other thing I want to talk about on the podcast.
What is it?
It's very important.
Let's do it.
We'd like to welcome some new podcasters to the podcast space, right?
Okay.
Maybe that's something that we should do every episode is welcome new podcasters.
Are we
to the realm.
introducing a podcast, a new podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the name of it.
How are we?
So do you know Prince William?
Not personally, no.
Meghan, what's his name?
Trainer.
No, his wife's name.
I don't remember,
I
but
think it's
she.
Meghan Markle.
I think so. She was in Suits, the TV show.
Was she?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Anyways, did you know that they left
Yes.
and they moved to Canada
Yes.
and they're like, fuck
They're
the
like,
royal family, right? S&D, old lady queen.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
They are starting a podcast.
Oh, I'll listen to that shit.
Really?
At least once.
No,
I don't listen to any podcasts.
You need to get on it.
I know. Well, I don't drive anywhere anymore.
Mm.
Like podcasts has gone down because
I have a question for you.
what?
So yeah, welcome to the podcasting space, Prince William and his wife, Meghan Markle. Or Meghan Markle and your husband, Prince William.
Can we just okay.
Go ahead.
Welcome. Do we still call him Prince? Or is it
Bill?
Or is it William formerly known as Prince?
We call him Bill.
See what I did there?
I did.
Thank you.
I really have to pee. Do you want to wrap up or do you want to maintain while I go pee
You were
real
just
quick?
going to say something else.
That's what I was going to say.
I cannot maintain by myself. I had a hard time when you got up and left with
Do you
Corey.
want to talk to me while I'm going pee?
What the?
And we got to decide. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? Do you still want to talk?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
How long have we been going? How long's the battery
We're
good
totally
for?
fine. Batteries are good forever.
I know.
My husband's a fucking technical genius. He figured out how to use a video camera.
I'm sad. I totally want to, but I'm panicking and I can't think of a single thing that I would talk about. As soon as you leave, my brain is dead.
Okay, I'm going to give you a topic.
Okay.
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 I want you to talk to them about what you would want to ask Brandy if you could actually form the thoughts.
I just think about talking to Brandy and I can't think of anything. Oh my God, that was not a good topic.
It was a great question.
It was not. You know what? I would not ask her anything. I would just listen. I would just listen and soak in everything that she said because that's normal. So can you give me some questions? Like, in case I ever meet Brandy Carlisle, I'm going to need some help. Oh my goodness.
Spiritual teacher, who would it be?
We can hear. I'm okay. I got to talk. A spiritual teacher? Who would it be?
Yeah.
Who would my spiritual teacher be?
If you wanted
Okay. Well, I'm actually looking for my next person. So I don't know because I don't have somebody that I have connected with at this point in time that I feel like I need to pursue more with them in that mentor-mentee kind of way. So I definitely need, like, I'm ready for my next teacher. Absolutely. And I'm grateful for every single teacher that I've had and the way they shift. But I don't know. I don't have a current. I don't know who my next teacher is going to be. But I love that you asked that because that totally put it out there. I've asked for my team and I need to, like, who is the next person that's going to guide me like this? Who is my next spiritual teacher?
We're so lucky that I didn't pee longer because when I'm high, I tend to pee forever.
Yeah, it's no different.
Was that a long time?
It was forever because I tried to carry on a conversation by myself on a
think you did
video
great.
camera. I did not.
So you're searching.
I didn't know I was searching until you said that. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm searching. I'm searching.
Yeah. For your team.
I'm searching for my team and I'm searching for my next mentor, my next teacher, my next. Apparently Glennon Doyle's a little busy. Just kidding. I'm actually reading or audio listening to Elizabeth Gilbert right now. And it's funny because it's a book that I've already listened to, but I didn't remember listening to it. And so when it started to come back up, and I'm like, oh, I want to read that. I want to read that. So I clicked on it and I'm hearing things. And what sparked it was funny is I saw her pop up on a live on Instagram.
Do you follow her on Instagram?
No, I think I do, but it wasn't her page. That was a belly. It was another page that I'm blanking on right now. And she was a guest on that I follow. And anyway, she popped up and she was saying things that were very profound that I remembered. And I couldn't remember. I didn't know where I remembered it from. And but I've heard it before. And so I was like, oh, I must have, like, what did I read that in? So I'm listening to a book now that has enough of those that there's still a bunch of stuff that I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it's got a bunch of stuff that I remember. So I must have listened to it before, even though I don't remember big portions of it, because there's big portions that I do remember. And I couldn't remember it unless I listened to it or read it.
There is.
So isn't that bizarre?
Every time that I hear Sarah Gilbert, that's
Okay.
not who you said.
No.
Every time that I hear,
What are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing. Keep talking.
Okay. Well, I got distracted.
I was going to do live.
Are we going to do a live? Are you doing a live right now? You got this.
Who was the name of the person that you said?
Elizabeth Gilbert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time I hear her name, I think of
Sarah Gilbert?
no,
Okay.
Little House of the Prairie.
I have no idea any of their names. I'm not going to be able to help you.
No, Little House on the Prairie. Melissa Gilbert. Melissa Gilbert was the actress on Little House on the Prairie.
No, wasn't she like Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
No, that is Melissa Joan Hart.
Okay. You're right. I'm like, that is not Little House on the Prairie. Okay, so Melissa Gilbert, what about her?
That's who I think
Okay.
of.
I don't know
have
what
to
you're
put
doing.
my phone down. I'm trying to fucking. I thought it would be fun to do an Instagram live while we were recording the episode.
Okay.
But
Will
I can't-
Sideways not work?
That's a good idea. I don't think so. Because then when people watch, it's all jacked.
Is it all jacked? Well, that didn't work either. So
No, they
we've
just
got
see
our hands.
So,
Jonathan, okay.
Melissa Gilbert, though,
Yes.
was the little girl on Little House of the Prairie.
Okay.
So every time you say
Elizabeth
Gilbert, I have to consciously tell myself, not the girl on the Little House of the Prairie.
That's funny. I don't quite understand that, but okay.
She's the actress. No, Elizabeth Gilbert is the writer. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love, right?
Yes, she did.
See?
Did you know that was actually her fourth book?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Julia Roberts starred in that movie?
Yes, I love that movie. Julia Roberts did a good. Did you know that that's how I heard? Sorry, what did I do wrong?
Nothing. Would you be able to interview Julia Roberts?
Oh.
I think so.
She is so fucking classy. I do not know. She is like poised and put together, and
She's just a person.
I've loved Julia Roberts
Got it.
a long, long time. I don't know if I'd be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how this is working.
I think it's working really
Yeah.
well.
It was funny. I had caught it like,
You did good.
I like pounced on it. Like, hold on.
Yeah. Let's watch you with your beer some more. Do you have a question? You got anything for me, babe?
You gotta stop asking me if I have a fucking question.
Well, I can't think of anything that I want to speak about unfiltered.
Okay.
But I'm like, if you
Yeah,
ask
you
me-
can.
I can't.
What are you afraid of people knowing about you?
No. That's a terrible fucking podcast over. That's a terrible question. We're not going to fucking talk about that right now.
That's the shit that you're not talking about.
Nope.
Fuck. Why don't we just say the thing that came to your mind?
I didn't think of anything. You can't ask me something that fucking... I'm talking about dumb shit. Like stuff that isn't serious.
What do you want me to talk about that you're tired of me not talking about?
That's serious. You can't ask fucking serious questions. That's a real question.
What's your favorite joke? What's your best joke to tell?
I don't have jokes. I'm just funny.
Yeah, you
Okay.
are.
I'm just funny. I'm not like a joke teller. I'm a bank teller. I'm not a meteorologist.
Are you a shot caller?
Bacala 20-inch blade.
Did you say bot caller?
I did. See, when I say something stupid, I own it. Whereas
I
you're like,
didn't-
nah, I said blah, blah, blah.
I owned the one after that I don't remember because it was insignificant. The only ones that I retaliate against are the faults.
Are you needing some dough there?
Yes.
Retaliate.
Fucking near.
So I think we need more comfortable chairs. I want
Okay.
some new headphones. We need
Yeah,
to-
but you can't decide what kind of headphones you want.
I know exactly what kind of headphones I want. They're just $100 a piece.
Why do you want $100 headphones?
I want them because that's what they use on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Okay, that's cute.
And they're good headphones.
Are they good headphones?
They are good headphones.
Hey, Rogan. Can we please have an episode sponsored by you?
No,
Can you?
we
No.
can't actually.
Why? We're on Spotify too, aren't we?
Yeah, we were on Spotify before Joe was on Spotify.
See, we're
Actually, we
family.
probably weren't.
We're probably weren't.
No.
But we're family. Why did just asking for Joe Rogan to sponsor why did that like cause you such turmoil?
I'm like, he's not going to sponsor. He's
So-
busy, sweetheart.
So would you be able to talk to you'd be able to talk to Rogan
talk to
too?
Rogan, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Why are you so good at talking to people?
Because I was a police officer and I didn't have another option
Yeah.
where I had to talk to people. I've been talking for a very long time.
Just the fact that you say you had to talk to people because there was another option shows how you're different because so many people do not talk to people and use other things as options.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had this realization recently.
What's that?
I mean, it's going on 5 plus years now since I wasn't a police officer. And I still use it. I still use it as a way to gain respect or acknowledgement or value.
Explain.
So depending upon the person or depending upon the situation, I will use it as a way to sometimes shock people.
Okay.
It's like, oh my
Because you know they didn't
gosh,
see that coming.
really?
huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Or if it will impress that person. And so after I know for, getting a chance to, so we're going to talk in code because I don't actually want to talk about this on the podcast. But recently I met somebody that I really had a good time meeting.
I know.
You know who I'm talking
I'm
about.
on board.
And second day, the opportunity presented itself for me to identify as a former police officer. And the sole purpose was just to impress him. Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like it when I do it. What I don't like is that I recognize that that's what I'm doing.
Like before it comes out too, you're like, don't do it. No.
I wish I could go back to when I didn't fucking see that part.
Oh.
Where I was just thought that I was talking.
Yeah.
But now I realize that I'm using it for those two things. Like I either like to shock people or impress them.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm trying to gain their acceptance. I'm trying to get them to like me or respect me, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to make an impression, a positive impression on that person.
You think using police is a way to make it positive?
Sometimes it is.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I was talking about because of how...
You don't have to apologize. I'm not offended.
No, I just realized...
But that's the awareness that I have of the situation, is I know when it's going to be beneficial and when it's not.
Yeah.
And even in times when I've met people where it's not beneficial, like it's very clear that, oh yeah, we don't like fucking police.
Mm-hmm.
I can still use it to my advantage.
Yeah.
I don't like any of this. This makes me feel like a terrible fucking person.
Okay.
I don't like the idea that I'm not manipulating anybody, that I'm using this as a tactic to gain, like...
That's one perspective of it. Because what do you say?
Don't spin it. Don't try to make me feel better.
I'm not trying to make you feel better. I'm just saying there's more to it.
Yeah, there is.
There's always a multitude of things,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Yeah. Everything is always a combination of many, many different things.
So there's that, and you don't like that, but what else? What other things are there? I'm also spinning mine in a different way now. It'll come up for me, my past career thing, but I don't talk about that. I talk about acknowledging some of the trauma that came from it, and how I didn't know it was going to happen, because I didn't know that trauma was occurring. I knew that there were things that bothered me, but I didn't know that trauma was occurring. It wasn't until I was far enough removed that I saw the trauma. So I will use that as a way to relate on other events with people.
I do that as well.
When other people are stuck in careers and things that they want to get out of and they don't know how, and I will use my story. But I use my leaving, but I still use it.
Yeah.
There is still that little part of me that's like, oh. The phrase is, I used to be worth something.
That's a good recognition.
I'm not doing it this time. It's you. See? It's you.
It's been so funny. It's okay. We'll get this audio.
Oh, it's okay when it's you.
We'll get this audio thing figured out by season 6. What was I going to say?
I don't know. You were just starting. You're like, that's a...
Thank you for that awareness, because
Okay.
there is times that I'll use it as a way to highlight and further the conversation about trauma, and about not just in the context of what police go through, because there's some times where I'll talk about it in the context of like, hey, police officers deal with a lot of trauma, but
They do.
But see, even in that circumstance, I still feel like I'm using it
Yeah.
as some way to gain favor over stuff. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
But I don't know how, I mean, because when sometimes it comes up naturally. Like sometimes it's just a thing.
It is
right?
a part of your past.
It is a part of my past.
So it's a part of
Oh,
you.
that's a good idea. That's a good way to look at it. It's not something that I need to necessarily look at as a negative anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it is
a part of
my
you.
past.
It's a part of your journey. It's a part of who you are. It gives you... I'm sad that you have all of these skills that you had to go through, but it gave you an immense amount of skills that you have now that you're able to use. It gave you so much like heart opening compassion that you can see now that you are able to relate with people. So it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Yeah. It isn't a bad thing. I don't actually regret any of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not something that I look back at and think of as like a negative time in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, it had its pros and its cons and its ups and its downs and all those kind of different things. But I think I want to be more conscious about when I use it in kind of that, trying to gain somebody's approval. The whole idea of gaining approval. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Trying to gain approval.
Or is that just another way that you beat yourself up?
It's a combination of a multitude of things.
Okay.
But that's part of why I filter on this show, because I'm trying to gain the approval of those people.
Yeah.
The people that are
you
watching
told me
and
you're
listening.
just having a conversation with your wife.
Yeah,
You're
I
recording.
know, but you know that's not the case.
I
You know
know.
I'm doing 14 other fucking things right now.
I don't know.
Throughout this entire episode. Don't fucking start shaking things so I trip out over the fucking audio. But the entire time I've been listening for our sound bites and how I'm going to edit and what I'm going to pull and what the clip is going to be for this week and all these kind of different things.
So you're not really in this conversation with me.
No, I am. I'm just multitasking.
No, you're.
As a police officer, I developed a massive
You're going to
skill.
talk to me about multitasking. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. You want to see some multitaskers at work, go into a dispatch center and you will see some incredible, not all the time. Sometimes they suck, but real good dispatchers are the absolute best multitaskers.
Do you know what's funny?
Hmm.
You just felt like I needed recognition.
You do need recognition.
Then why don't you?
I'm not talking about just for being a dispatcher.
Thank you, because I'm not a ditchbatcher anymore.
Ditbatcher.
You said ditbatcher.
I didn't say I said dis.
You said ditbatcher.
Patcher. I said it the right way.
Yes, you did. You're right. I'm not anymore, and I haven't been for a really long time.
Who are we today?
Steph and Craig. Craig and Steph.
Host of the podcast. Burpity burp. Who are we, though? Let's do this as we close out this episode because we got to wrap up.
Who are we?
I want to go downstairs and eat some deep dish pizza.
Okay.
Deep dish pizza. Pizza of the deep dish.
Okay. Who are we? Yes.
Let's do this.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Let's do this as open and honestly as we can.
Oh God,
Are you ready?
I'm an avoider.
Think about it this way, though. When I say
Don't duck-hand at me.
open and honest, I mean legitimately. Let's do this next
I
part.
hate that phrase, but okay.
Which phrase?
Open and honest.
Okay. Closed off and lying. Let's do this as closed off and as lying as we possibly can.
Oh,
Let's do this as open and honestly as we can.
okay.
Okay. So this next part, and then when we're done, c'est la vie, adios,
Okay.
soup du jour,
Okay.
episode's over.
Okay.
Okay. Let's describe who we are today for each other.
Fuck.
So you're going to
that's
describe me,
worse.
and I'm going to describe you. And we're going to do it as open and honestly as we can. And we're going to flip a beer cap to see who goes first.
I don't fucking want to do this.
Okay, you don't
I'm
have to.
panicking. Okay, go ahead.
We can do something else. Stop
What is
fucking
that?
shaking.
I don't know what's happening. I'm about to hit myself in the face with a mic.
It's okay.
It's not me. I get a lean so I
It's
can
okay.
reach it now.
Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Okay.
I think only we can hear it.
Okay.
If you can hear it, we totally apologize.
Oh my God, I'm hungry.
I'm going to flip the
Okay.
beer cap.
Okay.
You call it.
Okay. Heads.
Okay.
You know what the heads are? It's
Okay.
obvious.
Bam. You win.
Yes.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Oh my God.
You won the toss.
I'm going to go first,
Okay.
but I am fucking like, it is
As
so
open
hard
and honestly as possible. Who am I today?
today. The problem, babe, is I've kind of always seen you this way. I can look at you now and see how you've changed, but in this weird way, you haven't changed to me because I've always seen like you are a creator. You are this like this is the heart, okay? This is where I get. And I'm gonna tap in a little bit because I can't do it without doing that. And I can't do that right now. You're a heart opener. You are, like I said, the soul whisperer. You're a soul whisperer, but you're a dream maker. You come into people's lives and you change their lives. And I don't think you realize how much impact you have on people's lives. You see people around you and your family and how you're in their lives, but you impact so many people's lives. And if they have a moment to sit down and have a real conversation with you, you put these like seeds and you give them impact. They feel loved, they feel seen, they feel valued, and they feel that connection with you. And that can just carry on to where it grows out and expands. And then they trust other people with you. So you, it's like in a way you're still doing CPR because you will have these people and you will like bring these sparks to life back in them, things they didn't have. You make things possible with people. You are compassionate and caring and funny, and you go out of your way. And you've mentioned so much of this before, like not you've mentioned, but like this is like the 30% that it's hard for me to speak of because I'm so afraid that you will forget to put you in the equation. But you hear things, not just when people are talking about their pain and where they're at and how to help them, but you hear their joy, you hear their passion. And so you help people achieve those things, or like for instance, like the perfect gift, like, how to reach somebody, and you show them with your actions and with your words and with your presence and what you do, that you heard what their heart said, even if their mouths never said it. I don't know how to describe that. You are brave. You change. You keep changing. You keep being willing to grow, being willing to do better, being willing to know better, being willing to say, I put everything I had into this. This served its purpose and it's not anymore, and I'm ready to move on. Which I just say that, I'm like, don't do that to me. But I admire it everywhere else. You're not afraid to recreate yourself and recreate your life and help other people believe in their own spark and their own creation. I could just keep going on, but I'm going to stop because I feel like I don't know. I'm sorry.
Thank you. You did a wonderful job.
I know, because you're amazing.
That was very open and honest and thoughtful and caring and kind. And I really, really absorbed it and took it in and
Good.
listened and heard you. And
Good.
thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Good. Love you.
About halfway through, I'm like, fuck. I'm not going to be able to do anywhere remotely close to as good as she just did.
So I'm not as good as you are.
Exactly. That's the fear. That's the thing.
Podcast out.
I'm going to say you're pretty. And
and you're handsome.
And you're purdy.
Oh, and can we talk about sex and all the ways that I fucking come? You're a sex god on top of it.
So I'm like, shit, I'm fucked because I'm not going to be able to do as well as you did.
I'm sorry I didn't give you better material.
You started off with...
I'm teasing, by the way.
You started off with, you see me this, like you've always seen me this way.
Yeah.
I can relate 100%. Because of who you are, because of our connection and our relationship, there's a certain aspect of I see you the way that you see yourself. I have the ability to see the way that you see yourself. I don't see you that way at all. I've never seen you that way.
You just said you can see me the way I see myself.
Because I can see through your eyes what you're looking at. I know how you see yourself because I can see it.
Sure you don't see me that way? That's scary as fuck.
100% I don't see you that way, Stephanie, and I have never seen you that way.
Good.
I see who you really are.
Who's that? That's what you're getting to, sorry.
Yeah. I see we have a belief system of the universe and energy is love and ongoing energetic things throughout space and time and history. If they were to combine all representations of women throughout space, time, and history that were powerful and strong, you would embody the combination of all of them with the level of energy that you encompass and the things that you have the ability to do is something that I have never witnessed before and never encountered. And the way that it manifests is in all of these powerful, amazing ways of not just helping people. I mean, I could go on and on about the ability that you have to just help people, that like to help people be seen, to help people be heard. We joke about going down to the grocery store, and you know, that's kind of like our little social outing. But you make an impact on the people that you talk to when you're there. You make an impact on those women that you connect with. You make an impact on the people that you encounter. And when you actually get to work with somebody and they allow you in their space to do quote unquote work, you just, I mean, you literally save people. You save and redirect. And like, I might have the ability to help people feel better and see something that they wouldn't
Don't do
be able
that.
to. I'm not minimizing myself at all. You do this thing where you're like, you just take somebody that was on this path and you shift and move them over to this path. And it's a life-changing path.
You think you don't do that? Would
We're
you
not
like
gonna-
examples?
Stop. It was really hard for me to
Okay.
just sit and listen to you.
Well, you're better at that than I am.
Well, mark that down on the fucking calendar right there.
I tell you that every day.
But you just have such a massive capacity to heal, and you heal with love 100%. And then you also bring forth like the goddess power of the entire fucking universe that you manage to just embody. And you don't fuck around when you embody it either. You're just like, yeah, this is like, I've just never met anybody like you, Stephanie. I've never met anybody that has the capacity to be present in the amount of energy that you are present in. And I'm not just talking from like a skill set of, but you bring forth a level of energy that only exists really potentially only within you. And I've never seen, met, encountered that in anybody else ever before. And it's pretty spectacular and it's pretty amazing. And it's really, really amazing watching you embody it in the, like, starting to know and recognize and see, and like from the human standpoint of things, embody that part of you that exists in this other place, in this other realm. And that's been really, really amazing to watch. And I'm very excited that I get to watch that now continually and perpetually for the rest of our present day lives during this experience, because it's a really, really beautiful thing to watch and witness and observe. And I mean, the list just goes on and on. You're just such a fucking wonderful, beautiful, amazing person that is so kind and giving and generous and loving. And you don't think you are. I love when you're like I said, I can see what you see through your eyes because I know you so well. That's not who you are. That's not who you are at all. That's just all your fucking filters of pain and shit and garbage. But that's not who you are. You're an incredible person. And I think that probably brings this episode to an end.
Yeah, I need to put my arms around you. I need to get really PDA all over your face.
No hugging. No touching.
I love the
No
touching.
touching.
I love the touching.
What movie is that from? Some movie.
No
where-
touching.
No touching.
No touching.
That's probably apparently from a lot of movies. We haven't done a long episode like this in a while. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Remember, this episode is brought to you and sponsored by us, the co-hosts of this podcast. And if you go to energieslovepodcast.com and click on support, you can literally send us money for Christmas. Literally right now, you could send us money for Christmas and we will buy more edibles with it to do more episodes like this. But I love you.
I love you.
I love you very much. And we love you guys. And thank you for supporting the
you.
podcast and continuing to listen and subscribe and do all those different things. Thank you. Truthfully, thank you. It's, I mean, at the end of the day, we could probably sit up here and record in our, I was going to say our living room. This is not our living room. We could go to the top of our house, the upstairs level, and record
This room.
something. And then, I mean, if we didn't have this podcast, would we have these conversations? We would.
Yeah.
But
we
there
would.
is something about doing these conversations on this podcast that is unique and
I think
interesting.
so.
And it's a special thing that you and I get to experience together. So
I
thank
love
you
doing this with you.
that you guys are out there listening and watching. So
Thank you.
yeah, I love you.
I love you.